Do you wish you knew exactly how to become his dream woman? If you knew what the men you actually want were looking for, wouldn't that make it so easy to have any man dangerously obsessed with you? There is a secret strategy to this, and I'm going to share it with you today. Shh, don't tell anyone. On today's show, we're going to be discussing how to become his dream woman so that the next man who approaches you that you actually want will already be head over heels in love with you before you even get an opportunity to open your mouth. The title of today's show is How to Become His Dream Woman, but I ain't gonna teach you how to be his dream woman. I'm gonna teach you how to become your dream woman, because that's the only way the men are going to want you and want to be in a relationship with you. So congratulations. You came here thinking I was gonna tell you how to be a pick-me-sha, but we're never going to do that here. You are going to learn lessons that will help you become a better version of yourself. You will also become more attractive to the men. So a function of me actually helping you how to become a man's dream woman is me helping you understand how to become your own dream woman, because that's the only type of women that the men are actually attracted to, not the ones that are thinking, I would love for you to pick me. Okay, let's get that straight. So I'm helping you, but the title is a little bit different than you anticipated. Okay, so first things first, you need to adopt what I call the interview mentality. Anytime you're meeting a guy, whether it be you're meeting him just in the process of you going out and being somewhere where you never expected a guy to come up to you, or you're meeting him for the first time on your first date with him. Everywhere you go, when you're interacting with men, you need to adopt the interview mentality. You need to start thinking to yourself, do you fit the criteria and the mold of what I am already looking for myself and in a relationship that I want? When you're thinking to yourself, you're here to show me what you got. And if you have the skill set and the tools to be who I need in a relationship, then you're automatically thinking in your mind is all focused on how to observe, how to analyze, and how to listen, instead of being focused on, I just want to feel good. Can you validate me? Can you tell me how I'm amazing? Can you tell me how big my dump truck is? Can you tell me how much you love and want to be with me? Because that's going to build my self-esteem up and make me realize that I'm actually worth something in this world. No, that is not how to be a dream woman to a man. That's also not how to become your dream woman. I want you to be thinking of the woman that he is always looking at on Instagram, always liking her pictures, always talking about, damn, if I ever got a chance with her, my life would be amazing. I want you to be thinking about the things that that woman is doing so that you can become that woman, instead of looking at your man and thinking to yourself, damn, I guess I'm with him now, but if Ice Spice ever came around, I would have no chance. If Rihanna ever came around, I would have no chance. You should be embodying the dream woman. Obviously, attractiveness plays a role, but I want you to understand it's even more mental, spiritual, and emotional than anything else, because the mental, spiritual, and emotional represents the physical. So you've already lost when you're of the belief that I'm with a man and I'm not his dream woman. Or I'm dating a man and he has to tell me how amazing I am for me to believe that I'm worthy of being someone's dream woman. You need to flip-flop your mentality. And I want you to be thinking, I'm already valuable. That's known. That's a fact that already exists in the universe. It's true. We don't need to spend a whole bunch of time on it. Let's now focus on if you're even valuable enough to be in a relationship with me. And I know when I say that, some of you are thinking to yourself, that sounds a little bit like you don't really care about people like you. You can't just say, I'm the best thing since sliced bread and you show me what you got. Yes, you can. And people will treat you like a priority when you approach them that way, as if you're already sure of your value. Never forget this. You're the woman. That means you're the feminine energy if we're talking about straight heterosexual relationships. Okay, that's all I'm talking about. That means you're embodying the feminine energy. That means your man who is in his masculine energy is going to be doing the approaching and the pursuing and the chasing. He sees ya and he wants ya. He tries to come get you. So he's trying to put his best foot forward. He's trying to say the right things. He's trying to do the right things. He is trying to prove to you something in its essence and its foundation from the very beginning. So that means all you have to do from there is absolutely nothing. So when you adopt an interview mentality, you're automatically in line with the foundation that has been set from the very beginning, because he's in his masculine energy and he's the one pursuing you. So you're interviewing him, asking him questions, getting to know him better so that you can better understand, are you the man I'm looking for? Are you the man for the job? Yes or no? The answer is only going to end up being one of those two things. It's not going to be maybe. It's not going to be you're kind of the man for the job. It's not going to be, well, let's see where things go until I get bored. Or it's not going to be, I'm lonely right now, so I'll kind of let things slide because no. You're either the man that I'm looking for with the qualifications. You already know that you're the dream woman. So everyone dreams about being you. If everyone dreams about being you, it's impossible for you to be with everyone. You can't give yourself to everyone that desires you. You're the dream woman. Everyone desires you. So you're the one that's going to have to be selective with who you choose to allow into your life. You must have a list of what it is you're looking for that are your specific qualifications and criteria for a man that you want to be in a long-term relationship with. The possibilities are endless. Whatever you want is what you want. That's where you come in and you step in and you say, what do I want? Not what does my mom want for me, not what my best friend wants for me, not what my sister thinks I should be doing. That is the first step to becoming a dream woman to yourself and to the guys that you're going to end up dating. Number 2, you must hold your leverage. When a guy comes to you and he is in seek of you because he wants access to you, you have to understand that is when you have the most leverage at the very, very beginning. Now, because he wants something from you, you get to set the standards and expectations, like I said before. That's why you're interviewing him. But you also have to understand that is the place where you have all the leverage. That is the place where you're the most powerful. That is the place where you get the ability to literally say to yourself, all I have to do is withdraw from you. Because if I withdraw from you, and I have all the leverage, nothing else needs to be said. You're already in seek of something from me. And when I've given you nothing and I make a threat that I might walk away from you, that is painful for you. And then you subconsciously say to yourself, I can't allow you to walk away from me. I can't let this go. You have all of the power here until the horrible, horrible moment which you spread your legs. All of your power and negotiating leverage is literally being taken out of you and going into him. Because now that you have slept with him, you have given him all of the negotiating leverage. He now gets to hold the cards and say, ha ha, you've slept with me now. Grave mistake. Because now that you've slept with me before actually ensuring that I'm the right person for the job, now, if I present to you problems in the relationship, now, if I don't approach this the right way, I disrespect you, I talk to this girl, you find out I'm dating this girl, you find out I'm doing this with this person, I say, oh, let's just see where things go type of thing, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought we were building something. I thought you were the person for the job. And he says, no, actually, I'm off the street and I copied and pasted my resume from someone who can actually do this job. I just wanted the workers' compensation and the benefits. Now that I've got that, I'm going to show you how horrible of an employee I am. But now you're in pain because you're thinking to yourself, I've denied so many other amazing candidates for this position, and I've given my all and invested it into you. You're the person who's supposed to fill this role and take this company to the next level. And now that I finally committed myself to you, and all the amazing candidates who wanted this job opportunity now have jobs at other places, so I can't get them and interview them anymore. Now I literally am stuck with you. Even though I want so badly to let you go, I cannot. Because if I let you go, then there will be no one in this position that can fill this position that is needed. And the thing about it is, as time goes on, it becomes an increasing amount of pain for you. What I mean by that is, as time is going on, that means more investment, that means more energy spent. And as more time and more energy and more investment gets put into that guy, it makes it increasingly even more painful for you to actually walk away from him because you're like, I've wasted so much time and energy and effort. Part of the problem is when you're so horned up and you have so many urges that you can't actually think straight about keeping your leverage and how important it is to hold your leverage throughout the relationship until you can determine who's actually here for the right reasons. But at the end of the day, I need to hold my negotiating power and my leverage here. You need to hold your lever, but you also need to understand why you're holding your leverage. You're doing it because at the end of the day, you need to be sniffing out who are the BSers from who are really here for a real opportunity to prove something to you and actually build a relationship with you. If they're a BSer, if they were lying on their resume, you need to be able to sniff that out. You can't sniff that out if you're giving yourself to him because that clouds your judgment. Once you give yourself to him, you've lost all your negotiating power. You've lost your ability to simply withdraw yourself and then have him say, my bad, my apologies, I need to fix up, I need to adjust myself. Now, obviously, when you're in a full relationship with a guy, you're gonna sleep with him, but it's a different case because not only does he want to be with you physically, but he wants you emotionally and he wants to build this relationship with you. So when you withdraw yourself from a guy who's actually trying to build a serious relationship with you, the pain is not just gonna be associated with him thinking that I might not be able to sleep with you. It's gonna be associated with the fact that he feels like, hey, the person that I wanna build a long-term relationship with is withdrawing from me and I don't want that. Okay, so it works all the same when you're in a long-term relationship. So don't be thinking that you can never sleep with the guy. You can, but it should be an established long-term relationship where he also acknowledges that, not just you. You have to hold on to your negotiating leverage. A dream woman feels very unattainable, feels like she can't be gotten. A dream woman feels like I have to do so much and work so hard to just get a possible sniff of her bathwater. Have you ever gone and stepped inside someone like Ice Spice's comments? Think of the type of things that those men are saying. If that's how they approach their dream woman, then you need to be thinking about how you adjust yourself and how you stand up for yourself and how you think about yourself if you want to embody that dream woman. Number 3, I want you to negotiate nothing. You don't need to negotiate your standards. You don't need to negotiate your expectations. You don't need to compromise on anything. I want you to never forget that if that man approached you, he wants something from you, which means there is no need for you to negotiate anything. And the truth of the matter is, the guys that are approaching you, thinking of you as if you're their dream woman, they do not even expect you to be in the business of negotiating anything. Because like I said before, if thousands of men are applying to your job application and they all want this position to be your husband or boyfriend, they're not expecting that they come to you and negotiate with you the expectations of who is going to get that role. Would you go for a 6-figure job interview that's going to pay you hundreds of thousands a year in salary with crazy benefits, dental benefits, sick days, vacation days, all these different benefits? Are you going to go into that job interview where you know over 1,000 people applied and only 10 people even got an interview, and you're sitting on that interview? Are you going to sit at that interview and start talking to the interviewer about, hey, I just want you to know I expect this, I expect that. You better change this requirement because I know you said you needed someone who has a business degree or has a PhD. But yeah, I'm here to tell you that this 6-figure paying job, you're not going to accept someone who has a PhD. You're going to accept someone like me that has a bachelor's. I'm changing this and we're going to compromise and come to an understanding because this is going to be the new standard for the job that I'm going to get from you. So the same way that sounds very silly to do is the same way I want you to be thinking. If a guy is approaching you because he wants you, why are you negotiating with him what the standards and expectations should be when you are the one that sets the standards and expectations? A dream woman is not going to be negotiating with the men who are crawling on glass and desperate for her that, hey, yeah, you can go talk to this girl and talk to that girl and sleep with a bunch of people and not have clarity and not have consistency because, you know, I'm in the business of negotiating with you because I really want someone to fill this role. I really want someone for this position of my boyfriend and husband. And because I really want it and I really like you and I really want it to be with you, despite the fact that you're not reaching the qualifications and the standards, let's see if we can come to some sort of of compromise on lowering the standards and expectations and negotiating that down. Why are you negotiating against yourself? Doesn't make logical sense. He's here for a job that he wants of you, from you. And if he's here because he wants something from you, you negotiate nothing you don't need to. It's not your job to. It's his job to decide for himself if he's ready to meet those standards and expectations that you have already. Number 4. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. You have to become a silent assassin. You need to understand how powerful it is to use silence to your advantage to get what you want and expect. Your silence becomes painful to that man because he starts to feel like, I'm not going to get this job. I'm not going to get this opportunity. Silence can be so powerful, especially when you're the one holding all the leverage, because people start to overthink and start to say, well, maybe I should have said this. Maybe I should have said that. Maybe I should have changed my ways. Maybe I should have adjusted this. Maybe I should be more respectful. Maybe I should go out of my way to get flowers, be nicer, be more kind, be more compliment. All you have to do is be silent and do less and allow his mind to take over and fill that silence with the thought process of, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? What must I adjust? What must I fix? Because I haven't slept with her. I haven't gotten anything from her. She has all the negotiating power. I want to be with her. So I need to fix or adjust myself so I'm more in line with the job requirements for this application. If you're in an interview process and someone was able to tell you, yeah, you're one of the weaker candidates right now because of A, B, C, and D, you're going to be thinking about, how do I make myself into one of the stronger candidates by adjusting my approach so that I address A, B, C, and D and become one of the stronger candidates? Because by the time you don't say nothing, he'll come to you asking you, hey, I was thinking about this. I apologize for what I did. I didn't realize that I offended you, or I should have approached it different. You'll be shocked about how men approach you so much differently. The things that you didn't even think required addressing, they're already addressing them because they're thinking in their mind, I should address this before she even brings it up so that she knows that I really care about this and care about this relationship. Think about the mentality of a dream woman. Has so many people desperate for this opportunity with her. She is not concerned about each individual being the person that she ends up with, because all of these people want to be the guy that she ends up with. So she doesn't need to get outside of herself, yelling, screaming, go, why didn't you do this? Why don't you love me? Why don't you compliment me? Why don't you take me out on dates? Why don't you be kind and respectful and not call me names? Why are you dating other people? The dream woman just says, oh, interesting. I thought you were the type of person I'm looking for. I see with your actions you're not. Perfectly fine. There's literally thousands of other people ready to take your place. You can be gone. I don't need to address you. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to complain, beg, or plead for you to act differently or more in line with what I'm looking for. I'll just find what I'm looking for. There are plenty of people who are dying to be what I'm looking for. Does your job or boss, the person who was interviewing you for that 6-figure job, do you come into that interview, bomb the interview, and the person who interviewed you is asking you that, hey, do you think you can adjust this or change this in your approach or in your qualifications or your resume so that you can better fit what's required for the job? No, they just eliminate you as a candidate and they go find someone who fits the criteria for the job. They're not going to sit there and explain to you how you could do better and ask of you, maybe try this different approach, maybe try doing this instead. I wish you could just be a better candidate, because if you were just a better candidate, then I would choose you. What? When there's thousands of people ready to be the right candidate, thousands of people who are qualified, thousands of people with the skill set, I'll just go and interview those people, and those people will come correctly. Those people will come with the right approach. Those people will be the ones chosen for this job role. With the interviewer's mentality, you'll be thinking about this like as if you're the boss of this business, of this company, and you're looking for the right candidate, which you are. You're giving something and you're offering something up to people who want that thing from you, similar to a job. So you have to be thinking the same way a boss would be who's interviewing people for a job. And number 5, I want you to begin living your identity. Pay very close attention now, because this will tie in everything that we just discussed. And I want this all to make sense for you so that you can actually take the right things away from this. You need to live your identity. So if you're thinking in your mind, I want to be his dream woman, I also simultaneously just want to be a dream woman in general, you need to be very honest with yourself. Are you currently doing the things, talking the way a dream woman will, hanging out with the type of people a dream woman would be, carrying yourself the way a dream woman does? Am I spending time in the environments which a dream woman would be spending her time? Do you think you will find Beyonce on Tinder? Are you going to find Jennifer Lopez on Hinge? Are you going to find Megan Good on Bumble? If you want to embody the type of woman you see all the men gawking over, you need to be living in that same identity. And if you're not living in that same identity, how can you align with that type of woman that you're seeking and looking to be? If you want to be something, then you actually have to be that. And for some of you, that's going to require a change in your environment, or a change in your friendships, or a change in the way you carry yourself, or the way you go about your relationships or dating stages or talking stages. That's a painful reality to come to, but it is the reality that's actually going to help you get to where you want to go. The best part about it is, though, is that as you're changing it to be more of a guy's dream woman, simultaneously, you'll actually become more of your own dream woman. You'll have more confidence in yourself, which will also in turn make you more attractive to those men who are going to be chasing and pursuing after you. I didn't make that example to scare you away from ever using a dating app and to make you feel like a piece of garbage for using a dating app. But if you came here asking me how to become a dream woman, and then you're identifying that most of those guys who you like, most of their dream women aren't available on these apps, or aren't available to find or discover in these particular types of environments, well, then that should tell you there's a little bit of misalignment between who you want and desire to be and who you actually are currently. If I want to embody the person that I want to become, then I actually have to start doing those things, talking like that person, spending my time in places that that person would spend their time and energy in. The first step to being a CEO is not running a Fortune 500 company. The first step to being a CEO is acting like a CEO. One doesn't come before the other. You don't get to be a CEO before you embody the characteristics of a CEO. So the same thing for you. You don't get to become a dream woman until you start thinking about how you embody the characteristics of a dream woman. If you're a dream woman, why on God's green earth are you putting yourself in a position where anyone can swipe left or swipe right on you to make a decision about whether or not they think you're valuable or worthy of their time? Only have men be able to approach you by doing real work of seeing you, coming up to you, saying words to you, being nice, genuine, caring, respectful. And that's the only way they're going to get your number. That's my advice to you. That's the most challenging way for men to get access to you. But it's good because you're going to weed out a lot of the low quality men who are only looking to make it easy for themselves to get access to you.